Yeah. It's M5 E60 time. Now, not only do we get to start the day looking at and talking about this incredible vehicle, we also got a ticket. Happy Thursday. It's Friday. You guys are probably asking yourself, like, Chris, how much do you love us? Well, I love you so much, I actually wrote a script for this video because I could not remember 25 crazy facts about the M5 E60, which is exactly what we're going to talk about today. So welcome to the video. My name's Chris, and today we're going to be talking about 25 things you didn't know about the 2006 BMW V10 M5 E60. So whether you are an absolute veteran expert at this beast, or you've never heard about this car, you don't know anything about it, I guarantee either way, you will be walking away with something new that you've learned about this car. So let's just get started right away with number one. The first fact you didn't know about the M5 E60 is that when it first came out, this design was actually absolutely universally hated. Top Gear, specifically Jeremy Clarkson, called this M5 the ugly M5. And the reason for that, and the reason people did not resonate with this car whatsoever, was because it was the first M5 in the first 5 series that moved away from the old boxier square look and more towards the rounder, finer lines that the M5 and all the BMWs are known for today. The rounded trunk that comes around more circled at the back versus the square body that the old ones had. The sleeker lines around the side of the M5, the rounded roof, again, the wavy side skirts. This car was unheard of at the time and was an absolute nightmare to produce due to there being almost no straight lines on this body whatsoever. Now, fact number 2 that you didn't know about the M5 E60 is that the actual original M5 design was finalized by a guy named Chris Bangle, who also was credited with designing the BMW 7 Series. But the M5 E60 final design was actually developed by a 28-year-old named David Arcangeli. He is credited with this insane M5 E60 design that is so unique and so legendary today. And he also designed the Peugeot 406 Coupe, which is kind of interesting because it's not even close to what the M5 is right now, but pretty interesting that he ended up designing both. Fact number 3 that you didn't know about the M5 E60 is that its design was almost completely rejected and it almost never came to be, and that's due to its complexity and, like I said, almost having 0 straight lines, which made it very, very difficult to be translated onto a clay model like all cars are before going into design. And due to that difficulty, this car almost never came to be. BMW HQ almost rejected it. Fun fact number 4 is that David Arcangeli finished the design for the M5 E60 inside and out in 2000, but the car wouldn't actually see production until around 2002, 2003. Fact number 5 is a bit more of a sad one. Unfortunately, David never actually got to see his car and his design come to life because, unfortunately, in late 2000, right after completing the design and before this thing went into final production, he got leukemia and unfortunately passed away and never got to see the beautiful V10 M5 E60 actually come to life. Which is a super sad story, but I think makes the M5 even more special that way. It's almost like an ode to him. It's his final piece of work. It's his legendary design, and it's something that I think can only get more legendary as time goes on. Fact number 6, that at the time, the heads-up display on the M5 E60, which I'll show you right now. So the heads-up display, the adaptive steering on the car, and the night vision backup cameras and sensors at the time made this one of the most unique and futuristic cars on the road back in 2006. This thing was absolutely legendary. And it changed the game for so many German car manufacturers because BMW stepped it up so much that at the time, nobody could compete with this. Fact number 7 about the M5 E60 is that at the time, back in 2006, when this car was first released, this was credited as BMW's most daring move ever in its automotive history. And that was placing a V10 S85 engine into a 4-door family sedan. Let's take a quick look at that engine. What was BMW's most daring move? Putting this inside a 4-door family sedan that can fit your kids and your golf clubs. This thing produces some absolute insane power. 507 horsepower stock. With the mods we've done to this car, we got 514 here. Soon to be more, hopefully. But as I said, the most daring automotive move that BMW has made to date is putting a V10 inside a four-door sedan. Unheard of. Fact number 8 about the M5 E60 is that it actually came in a Wagon touring model, which you barely see anymore. They are extremely hard to find. I've never seen one in person. But the M5 E60 is rare as it is, but that Wagon model that basically became a hatch here at the back while still being four-door is one of the rarest things you've ever seen today. So not only is it crazy putting a V10 engine in a four-door sedan, imagine putting a V10 engine in a four-door Wagon. This car is just built different, man. I don't know what to say. Fact number 9 that you didn't know about the M5 E60 is that the body is actually dubbed the flame body. That is the actual term used to describe the M5 E60 body, and that is due to its flame-like appearance, due to it having almost 0 straight lines on the body. So if you're looking at the hood here, we got the lines coming across. We got the lines on the side, like I said, the side skirts flowing well. Along the side, we have this side panel here that really accentuates that flame-like design. And even the back, the small flares that come out along the bottom here, everything just makes this car look like a flame, hence it being called the Flame Body M5. Fact number 10 about the M5 E60 that you didn't know is that this V10 inside this car would be the first and the last V10 that BMW would ever produce or put in any of their road-ready cars. For fact number 11, we're continuing on the engine talk, and that fact is that the S85 V10 engine was designed and inspired by BMW's Formula One team, BMW Sauber. Yes, you heard me right. They put a V10 Formula One inspired engine into a four-door sedan. It just keeps getting crazier the more I learn about this car. Truly one of the most unique cars built to date. I'm lucky enough to own one, which is an absolute pleasure. I actually had no idea what I was getting into when I bought this car. It's the very first car I bought for myself, and this is what I've owned the past 6-7 years, and it's truly something amazing, and it only gets better and more legendary with age and with time. Fun fact number 12 that you didn't know about the M5 E60 is that it actually has moving front seats, dynamic seats that hold you in place. Let me show you what I mean. So what do I mean by moving seats? Well, you see these buttons right here. There's one here for the driver's side, one right there for the passenger side, and they have 3 lights on top to choose your sensitivity on how reactive you want these seats to be. But basically what happens is if you're driving and you start taking tight turns, let's say I'm taking a hard right, the left panel right here is going to come out, in, and stiffen up to actually hold me in place like a race car, so that when I'm cornering, I'm staying in my seat, I'm staying locked in, and I'm staying in control of the car. And not only is it an option for the driver's seat, it's the same thing for the passenger seat. The opposite end of whatever way you're turning, that part of the seat is going to come out, stiffen up and hold you and keep you in place. Also, when you turn the car on and somebody sits in the passenger seat, the arms move in to hug you. Next fact about the M5 E60 you didn't know is that it actually has quad exhaust tips. Yes, that might be something you know, but did you know it's one of the only four-door sedans, especially at that time, to have quad exhaust tips? So at the time, putting a quad exhaust tip, again, on a four-door sedan, completely unheard of. This car was a pioneer in the automotive world for so many things, and the quad exhausts are just another aspect of that. Also, just so you guys know, this is where I come up to this page between every single thing I say and read my script to make sure I'm getting the thing right. Okay, we are on fact number 14 for things you didn't know about the BMW M5. And this one is a really cool one, and maybe a reason to buy an M5 now before it's too late. And that is that this is one of the rare cars we see today that is actually appreciating in value. So the price is going up rather than down with time. I kind of like to call it the next Supra in German cars, because it's kind of one of those cars that's getting a legendary status as time goes on, being one of the only V10s, also one of the only four-door V10s available out there. There's only a few others. And that is only driving the price way up. At the moment, especially when I bought the car, this was the most affordable M car you could get at the time. And I'm not just talking M5s, I'm talking any M model, new or used. When I bought this car a few years ago, this was the most affordable model of any M you could get. Now, this car is appreciated about $5,000 to $10,000 in value since I've bought the car. I have no goal of ever selling it because it's such a unique car. But just the fact that this thing is appreciating in value makes it a collector's piece and makes it something legendary and something to have and cherish. So if you guys are thinking about buying an M5, the sooner the better, because I predict this car is going to go even further and even higher in value. Especially with the rise in EVs, engines like this are not going to be made ever again. I don't think there's ever going to be another V10 in an M car. It's just not going to happen. This is one of a kind, truly. Fun fact number 15 you didn't know about the M5 is that it cost $84,000 US back in 2006 when it was first released. To give you some context, the new M cars that are out today cost upwards of $125K, $150K, and accounting for inflation and everything, that put this car right around that price as well. And it's crazy the steal you can get these cars for right now. Yes, the M5 E60 is an unreliable car, but with the right maintenance and taking care of it, this thing is an absolute pleasure to drive. And for the price it's at right now, it's no better time than now to buy it. Fact 16 about the M5 E60 is that it's considered the greatest sleeper car of all time. And that is due to its original look. Again, this one isn't stock, but stock out of the factory, this thing looked like every other family sedan out there. Again, now with time passing, the design has become much more unique. But at the time, this thing looked like a regular family sedan. But now, after watching some of this video, as you're aware, what it had under the hood was not what every other family sedan had under the hood at that time. The thing that makes this the most unique sleeper car of all time is this look, this family sedan look, paired with this engine right here, is the most insane combo in cars right now. Again, 507 horsepower, a V10 engine in a family sedan. It's the sleeper car of all sleepers. Fact number 17 you didn't know about the car is that the M5 E60 is not actually the only car to have the S85 V10 engine in it. There was one other model that BMW equipped with this insane engine. Do you know what it is? I'm gonna give you a second. That's right, it is the E63 M6, what I like to call the sad M6 due to those droopy headlights it has at the front. Same model years, 2006 to 2011. The E63 M6 came with the V10 as well, had all the same issues and all the same performance that the M5 E60 did, just a different body style, and was a two-door, not a four. Fact 18 about the M5 E60 is, as you know, it has its share of reliability issues. But did you know the most common ones were rod bearing failure, SMG pump failure, and anything really related to that SMG transmission. This car came in manuals, which made them a bit more reliable. Unfortunately, those are very hard to find. As you can see, my model is the SMG model, and I've learned firsthand that that SMG transmission isn't great because the pump has gone on me twice already. That's been our most expensive repair to date, but it is fixed at this point. It's driving great. There's been no issues since. Fingers crossed. Fact 19 you might not have known about the M5 E60 is it did come in 7 colors stock when it first released, the most rare of those being Indianapolis Red, Sepang Bronze, and Alpine White. I personally have seen it in black. I've seen it in Alpine White one time. Mine's Silverstone too, so this is a relatively common color. Still really nice though. Sometimes I'm thinking about wrapping the car. Should we do it? Let me know what you think. If you want to know what color I'm thinking, check out the video up here. It's got my full build plan for this M5 E60. Because we have the really nice Indianapolis Red interior, and I think a crazy outside color that matches that red, accentuates that red, would be absolutely insane. Fun fact number 20, we're approaching the last 5 facts here for the M5 E60 that you might not have known, is that BMW had its 25-year celebration of the M5 model when the M5 E60 was in production. And so what they did to celebrate that is they released a one-of-one M5 E60 CSL model that had 630 horsepower, was an absolute monster, had more F1 tuning than even this one did with the V10 F1 inspired engine inside. It came equipped with the same wheels that are on my M5, which are not the stock wheels. These are actually the M6 E63 wheels. The reason they put those on is because they're a bit lighter weight than the M5 stock wheels. And it had an insane M-inspired livery on it, which I'll put a picture of right now. That car was just a beast. They only made one ever, and they turned this car basically into the Formula One inspired race car it was meant to be. Fact number 21 about the M5 E60 that you might not know is, I know we already talked about the quad tip exhausts at the back, but what makes them even more unique is that they're actually asymmetrical quad tip exhausts. So what that means is the inner exhausts poke out further than the outer exhausts, giving it that offset race style look, and it matches the body even better than if they were just symmetrically aligned flat at the back. What do you guys think? We have actually a custom exhaust on this M5. It's an axle back exhaust. We also got the Hartge rear diffuser there. Really completes the back look of this car. It just looks good from every angle. What can I say? It's a timeless design that was way ahead of its time back in 2006, which made it so hated, but now It just looks good, man. It just looks good. Fun fact number 22 about the M5 E60 is that with all limiters taken off, this thing had a top speed of 190 miles per hour or 300 kilometers per hour. That's the limit that you could push this car to. It had a 0 to 60 miles per hour or 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just 4.3 seconds. Again, pushing all 4 doors and big trunk of this car up to 100 that quickly is just nuts. Fact number 23 about the M5 E60 is that the headlights here were actually nicknamed the Angel Eye headlights due to their super unique shape and the fact that they mimic those angel eyes to match the flame body of the M5. But these are one of the most unique parts of the M5 E60 and also one of the most hated when it was first released. With time though, it's become one of the staples of this car. You do not see headlights like this anymore. Look at this crazy shape. The super tight tip at the front there leading back into the sleek turn signals all the way at the back here and rounding that all out to actually wrap around the body of the M5. These things are sick. Another fun fact about the design of the M5, fact number 24, is that the big trunk of this car, the big old booty, is nicknamed the Bangle Butt due to BMW's head designer at the time, Chris Bangle, who was famous for creating cars with this kind of design, like the Big Butt 7 Series, the older one that you guys all know, and this one. Personal note on that, actually that was my least favorite part about the M5 when I bought it, was that big bulky trunk back there. But with time and with putting that ducktail spoiler on the back that we have there, I think it's really rounded out the trunk nicely and it looks way more sporty than it did stock. All right, we have made it to the very last fact. And this is word for word what I've written on our little script here. When I tell you, fact number 25 is that no matter what people say about the M5 E60, the reliability issues, anything, it is so worth buying. It's crazy, I know, but this thing is a V10 BMW M monster for a super low price. It's the most affordable M out there right now, and you get 507 horsepower, all the futuristic interior from 2006 that's held up really well. I mean, just look at these seats, look at this cockpit, look at the gauges. It's all held up super nicely. The only thing that's kind of aged not great is the center console, is the technology here. It's not the best anymore, but the steering wheel, the cockpit, the seats, the back, the body of the car, the wheels, the trunk space, again, 507 horsepower V10 engine, and it gives you this much trunk space. Like, it is the perfect all-around car. Sports, room, speed, comfort, technology. I don't know where to stop with this thing. It is so worth buying. I am the biggest advocate for M5. I'm gonna be one of the rare people that's gonna tell you, yes, go ahead and buy it. It is worth every bit of maintenance out there. If you look up this car and whether you should buy it, all you're gonna see is a bunch of people saying, it's so not worth it, avoid at all costs, the biggest headache you'll have. And yeah, it might be, but it also might be the best thing that ever happens to you. For me, this thing created my love for cars. It sparked my passion for car culture. It is the entire reason I started my car culture clothing brand, apparelbyenemy.com. Go check it out. We just released actually some M5 tees and hoodies, as well as a few JDM cars. We got accessories on there. Website link is in my bio, 10% off when you sign up by email. You're gonna find something on there you like. Specifically also, if you like the M5, we have specific merch for this car right here, my M5. And like I said, tons of other cars on there that you're gonna love. Not only that, it got me my first job at sales at BMW here in Toronto. And it has basically taught me what my passion is in life and what I wanna do, which is make cool car content and build cars for you guys. So I can't thank this thing enough. That's gonna be it, guys. That's our video for the day. 25 things you might not have known about the M5. I hope there was something in there that you learned that was new. Comment down below which one was your favorite fact that you learned. Comment what you think of the video. If you enjoyed this, if you want to see more of this M5, which is what this channel is all about, it's building this car, please leave a like and please leave a sub. It's going to help me so much and I really appreciate it. And I want to interact with you guys. I want to hear from you guys. Let me know what you think of the car. Let me know what kind of mods you want to see on this car. Let me know if there's something you don't know about the car or you have questions. Leave it all down below. I want to help you out and I want to give you the best M5 content out there on the internet today. With that being said, guys, I will catch you in the next video. My name's Chris. Thank you so much for watching. See ya.